full hour of news from Liberia and other parts of the world. I'm Chap Davis, presenting on this Thursday, November 27, 2025. In the top stories, President Joseph Boakai receives prestigious Grand Prix award at Medes Forum in Morocco. House Speaker Rachel Cohn apologizes for threatening to jail journalists. ECOWAS holds emergency meeting amid military takeover in Guinea-Bissau, and away from home, United States excludes South Africa from next year's G20 summit. We have all of these stories, including our regular features, the sports, Liberian English, French, or package in this edition of the program. First, Nakita Rabos with a bulletin of news.
President Joseph Boakai has received the prestigious Grand Prix Award at the ongoing 7th edition of the Mede Forum taking place in Morocco. The award presented to the Liberian leader is in recognition of his efforts to strengthen democratic governance, promote peace, stability, and enhance regional cooperation, among others. An executive mansion release said the Grand Prix recognizes individuals whose contributions have significantly shaped political stability, development, and cooperation within the global space. According to the release, organizers at the event extolled the Liberian leader for championing democratic values, regional collaboration, and sustainable development. President Joseph Boakai says Liberia stands ready to partner with countries and organizations of like minds in shaping a future that is fair, peaceful, and inclusive. The Liberian leader made the statement Wednesday in Morocco upon receiving the prestigious Grand Prix Award at the ongoing Midday Forum. President Boakai described the award as not just a personal recognition but also a reflection of the resilience and aspiration of the Liberian people and the African continent. He said the award also highlights the importance of Africa's voice in reimagining the global order and reclaiming its position among several continents. The Media Forum is an annual event that brings together world leaders, policymakers, and experts to discuss global fractures shaping geopolitical dynamics and pathway to shared prosperity. President Joseph Boakai and his Gambian counterpart Adama Barrow have held discussions of mutual interest on the sidelines of the ongoing May Day Forum in Morocco. A release said the meeting between the two leaders focused on regional peace and security, economic cooperation, and ways to strengthen bilateral ties between Liberia and the Gambia. Both heads of states held talks on opportunities for collaboration within ECOWAS as the region addresses political, economic, and security challenges. The release termed the bilateral engagement between the two leaders as a reflection of the long-standing relations between Liberia, the Gambia, and their shared vision for a peaceful West Africa. House Speaker Rachel Cohn has apologized for threatening to jail journalists who recall if session had not been called to order. According to Speaker Cohn, he jokingly made the statement on Tuesday when several lawmakers in chamber were sharing jokes while awaiting session to be formally convened. The jokes among lawmakers, the speaker stated, were not meant for public record. Speaker Richard Cohn reaffirmed his respect for the rights of journalists and press freedom. He urged journalists covering the legislature to be professional and cooperate with the rules covering the House of Representatives and Senate. Meanwhile, the Legislative Press Pool, the governing body of journalists covering the legislature, has welcomed the open apology delivered in chamber by House Speaker Richard Cohn. The leadership of Legispool described the public apology by Speaker Cohn as a demonstration of maturity, a leadership, and a genuine commitment to rebuilding trust between lawmakers and the press. According to a release, Legispool appreciated the Speaker's call for improved collaboration and assured the public that journalists assigned at the legislature will remain committed to professionalism, ethical reporting, and fairness. The organization underscored that press freedom, safety, and respect for journalists are fundamental to Liberia's democracy, noting that no journalist should feel threatened or intimidated while performing duties within the capital. Meanwhile, the legislative press pool leadership has encouraged all reporters to remain highly ethical and follow all protocol governing that house. The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has convened an emergency meeting on the latest coup in Guinea-Bissau. On Wednesday, a group of military officers announced that they have seized control of Guinea-Bissau amid reports that the president, Umaru Sissoco Embalo, has been arrested. Shortly after gunshots were heard in the capital, Bissau, as President Mbalo was being reportedly detained. The officer then appeared on state television saying they had suspended the electoral process following Sunday's presidential election. In a letter addressed to President Joseph Boakai, a copy of which is in the possession of ELBC, ECOWAS Commissioner President Dr. Oman Ali Traore said the meeting has been convened on the order of President Julius Maada. President Bio of Sierra Leone is chairing ECOWAS Authority of Head of States and Government after taking over from President Bola Tinubu of Nigeria. According to the letter, Thursday's virtual meeting is solely on the situation in Guinea-Bissau. Liberia Broadcasting System (LBS) Director General Eugene Fagon is calling on the Finance Ministry and the legislature to increase the entity's budget for fiscal year 2026. According to DG Fagon, the current allocation is insufficient to meet the growing demands of the national broadcaster. He said an increment will not only enhance the institution's technical capacity, but also support several ongoing initiatives amid expanding media access in remote parts of the country.
We are working on all of those things. We take into consideration the fact that we have limitations. I'm appealing to the finance minister, the legislature, to increase the budget. You need to talk for.
Director Fagon disclosed that LPS has already embarked on a series of modernization efforts, including upgrading transmission equipment, installing new regional relays, and improving content production standards. He, however, noted that these initiatives require sustained financial backing to be fully realized. DG Fagon also stressed that strengthening the national broadcaster is essential for promoting transparency, civic engagement, and national unity. Meanwhile, the Director General of the Liberia Broadcasting System, Eugene Fagon, says the 600-watt television relay transmission in Grand Bassa County is part of President Joseph Boakai's vision to ensure information is disseminated to all parts of the country. Mr. Fagon noted that the initiative will improve the national broadcaster television coverage and ensure citizens are informed about government programs and policy in the county. He also highlighted the installation of similar television in Bonny, Lofa, Grand Jide, and the current installation work in Grand Bassa County as areas LBS extended its relay television station.
That's in keeping with the president's mandate and the promise he made to the Liberian people that during his first term, he will ensure that radio covers all Liberia and that television is brought to all of the capitals of the counties and its environs in his first term.
The LBS Director General disclosed that management will shortly move to Margibi and other counties for similar activities and believes these relay stations will strengthen citizens' wider access to the national television. Meanwhile, Mr. Vagon is being accompanied on the trip by the Deputy Director General for Operations and Technical Services, Wilfred Law, and other co-workers, ensuring that the institution mission in the area is achieved. Chinese ambassador to Liberia, Yen Shewon, has underscored vast opportunities that Liberia stands to benefit as part of China 15 five-year strategic plan. Ambassador Yen Nim shared developments in infrastructure, health, agriculture, and capacity building. He said these opportunities will deepen trade cooperation between the two countries. The Chinese ambassador said the China's 15 five-year strategic plan will be translated into growth opportunities for the global economy to reach new milestones.
With that said, for Liberia, and I would say one opportunity, opportunity. China and Liberia signed agreements on economic and technical cooperation to support mutually agreed projects between the two governments.
Ambassador Yen said the plan will see the modernization of China's industrial market system, which will provide huge opportunities for countries including Liberia. Addressing a news conference on Wednesday, the Chinese envoy revealed that China and Liberia have signed agreements on technical and economic cooperation to support mutually agreed projects between the two governments. Ambassador Yen said China would expand high standards and create a new phase of win-win cooperation, which will provide new opportunities for Liberia and other nations. Meanwhile, Ambassador Yen Shewon has highlighted China's commitment to promoting gender equality in Liberia and across the world. He said as part of the effort, China will provide funds to UN Women, launch 1,000 livelihood programs, and empower over 50,000 women to promote gender equality and international projects. Ambassador Yen noted that China stands ready to work with Liberia to enhance practical exchanges and cooperation that promotes women development. The Chinese envoy reiterated China's willingness to promote the implementation of the outcomes of the meeting between the two heads of state on the margins of the China-Africa Cooperation. A one-day site visit aimed at inspecting a 20-megawatt ongoing solar-grade project at the Mount Coffee Hydro Plant in Lower Maserati County has ended. The tour was led by Liberia Electricity Regulatory Commission (LERC) in collaboration with the Liberia Electricity Corporation (LEC). LERC Commissioner Claude Sata said the tour was intended to assess the level of work being done at the institution.
Very much impressed. All I've seen here and the explanation of the level of work done, I'm sure by the dry season will be good. Encouraging that it should expand as rapidly as possible so that most of our people, almost all of our people, can get access to electricity, not just people in Monrovia or in big towns.
Commissioner Claude Qatar expressed delight regarding progress made by the contractors as it is well on course with the delivery time. And residents of Balaco Klein in Grand Coup County had seized two yellow machines that effectuated Philoken to allegedly begin illegal mining activities. The clan comprises 9 communities, including Jopoken, Wotuken, Sector, Faluken, and Otiken, among others. They said they were unaware of any mining agreement and threatened to take unspecified action against the owners of the machines who are yet to be identified.
Nakita Roberts with the news bulletin. You're listening to Newsline here on ELBC Radio. Let's go straight to this one where on Wednesday, President Joseph Boakai symbolically addressed the opening section of the ongoing Mayor Days Forum in Morocco. The president's address at the annual gathering rallied African leaders to rise above just titles in mitigating challenges confronting the continent. Our executive mansion reporter, Vasta Talo, has a detailed report of the Liberian leaders' address.
President